What's going on, you guys? King of Steam's here. I'm sorry that it's been a while that I haven't made a new video, even though I told you guys that what I'm going to be doing on this YouTube video and all that stuff. Lots of stuff has been going on, and lots of good stuff mostly, and also some bad. But I'll mostly tell you one of the good things is that I got my COVID-19 shot, the second one, the first and second one. And I'm all cleared from all COVID, and you still don't have to wear a mask, but at least I got my shot, so I'm still clean and stuff like that. Today's video will be an unboxing video, finally. And this one will be an unboxing review of a locomotive that I really loved, one of the only diesel locomotives that I've actually really loved and I've always wanted to have as a child, and I finally have gotten one. And also is an unboxing review of another locomotive from the same line. They're both Union Pacific, and they're both diesel locomotives. I also got a baggage car that is also from Union Pacific and is lights up and is very good. Today will be only those three stuff, and I'll be doing an unboxing of those three and doing a history of them and showing you how it is, the detail, all that stuff. So the first one I'll be showing y'all is this one. The George Bush 41. This locomotive has been an amazing locomotive that has been always a thought of mine that I've always wanted, and I finally got one. It's from Anthron Genesis, and the good thing about this locomotive is that it shows you the writing saying that it's an SD70 ACE, the road number and the logo number, and it's with sound, Tsunami 2. And another thing that I like about this box is that it comes with the Air Force One paint scheme, just like the locomotive. I'll get to the history on how the locomotive got that paint job in the first place. So let's first go ahead and go to the unboxing. When you unbox it, it comes with saying about signing up for Anthron News, and it shows you these four things. I know mostly three of them: the Anthron Genesis, Anthron Ready to Roll, and Anthron End Scale. But the fourth one that I see is called Anthron Roundhouse. I've never heard of them, and I've always wanted to wonder like what it is. If any of y'all know what this is, any of y'all modelers or railroaders that collect Anthron, please tell me on the description down below on what Roundhouse is for Anthron. On here it gives you a limited warranty, and after that it shows you an operator's manual and sound guide for the locomotive and for all your other diesel locomotives for Anthron that are mostly just for the SD70s, ACEs, or SD70M-2s, or with any other locomotive. Here is the blueprints for the locomotive, but also for the SD70 M-2. Here is the one in the back. Very nice. Another paperwork for limited warranty. And here comes the locomotive. Oh wow. This is actually very nice. Very, very nice. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and put these boxes on the side. Put this guy up. Opening this. Gently taking it out. I know the way that I took it out of the box was a little bit wrong. I know I have to pick it up from the middle part, but as you see, they have this cushion that's over here that protects the locomotive, so I had to get somewhere to have a good grip. I also like how they put these foams between the railings and the body of the locomotive to keep the bars straight and stuff like that. That's what I also like about them, because it helps the locomotive to stay safe and also doesn't bend or damage the railing, and that's what I like about it. And there it is. Let me go ahead and put it on a piece of track so I don't of the wheels on this table. And there it is. The Bush 4141. And there it is. I really love how they did the detailing on this. It's very nice that the horn, the fans, these radars, the GPS, all that stuff. The detailing on this is magnificent. That on this side, the grills are very nice. The flag. It's just how detailed Anthony did on this locomotive. It's just outstanding. As you can see from the front of the locomotive, you see that the ditch lights, the brake line, and also the air tubes that comes with it, and also the coupler. What I'm also trying to wonder is, what is this silver thing that's right up here? See, I'll show you guys up close. If any of y'all know what this is, can y'all please tell me what this is? That is right in the middle, in the light. In the description down below, because I'm not really a diesel person. I'm mostly with Steams. That's why my name on this video is called King of Steams. But I also like diesels, but I'm not really that much into diesels. I'm mostly into Steams. So if any of you diesel fans that love diesel locomotives or diesel electrics, and if you know what this silver thing is in the cab of the locomotive, please tell me what that is in the description down below. I also like how they did with the wipers, the name board, the headlights, the symbol, Union Pacific symbol, the stepway, everything on it. It's just magnificent on how they did it. And we'll go ahead and show you the back view of it. Here's the back view. It's the same way. The brake line, the hoses, coupler, the light, all that stuff. And here's the other side. I really like the detailing on the brake wheel that they did this. It's very nice how they did that, and how well the detailing is on this area right here. This area is very nice. And also that you can see the bell right around here. Right here. It is also very nice. If I can move it closer to show you guys. Yep, see the bell right there. I do wish that Anthony made that into a different color. I don't know in the real one, because I haven't seen the real one. I have seen videos, but you know, like these videos now these days, they don't really show that much detail of the locomotive. They like show like shows and reruns of it. But I do wish that this bell was like the color of a bell, like they usually are, like gold or stuff like that. That would be kind of really nice if they did, instead of just all silver underneath. I know that the real one has silver underneath as well, but that bell, I wish Anthron did that a different color. They did really good on the detailing on the wheel caps, on the rivets. Everything is very good, especially the brakings, and all that stuff is very good. And that is very nice that how they did that on that. I'll show you a top view of the locomotive. Here's what it looks like on top. Very nice indeed. Actually very nice. I actually like how they did with the walkway. How nice they did with the detailing on that. Very nice. It's very good that how Anthron did this with this locomotive. So, to the part of the history of this locomotive. This locomotive was made is a SD70 ACE. It didn't have this paint job before. It would just had the regular for uh, heritage paint scheme on it as it had it before. But in 2005, that's when Union Pacific put the Air Force One paint job as a dedication to the Air Force One, and also to show at the opening of to President Bush's and Barbara Bush Presidential Library and Memorial Museum. After that, in 2009, it went into storage because in 2008 it was a financial crisis. It did stay in service. It did work in service before the financial crisis, but it went to storage in 2009 because of the financial crisis that started in 2008. It then came out of storage in 2018 because of when President Bush had passed away and they were doing his funeral train. I'll get to that the baggage car later. And yes, I do have that baggage car. The locomotive was then, after the funeral, Union Pacific then dedicated it to put on permanent display at the President Bush and Barbara Bush Presidential Library and Museum for permanent display. But they were going to do that in 2020. But after that, things changed because of the COVID crisis. So I don't know if the locomotive is there now, or if it's still on UP's lines and is somewhere being in storage like it was in 2009. But I do know that Union Pacific is still taking good care of her, and she is still being cleaned up, being really good, inspected, and making sure that she's still being safe and not being in the weather till when she goes into permanent display at the museum. So that's the history of UP 4141. I'll go ahead and put that over here. Now, here is the unboxing of the baggage car. This one is from MTH. It's just a regular box. Nothing really special on it. I did hear that MTH has retired Mike, and that Scale Trains is joining with MTH. So we're going to be mostly seeing more of Scale Trains with MTH locomotives and all that stuff. We might also be seeing MTH catalogs, maybe, of Scale locomotives. I don't know. But here's what it says on the box. Streamlined baggage per car that is smooth. Union Pacific Bush funeral car casket car. And here it is. It comes with a little booklet showing you of how this stuff is. Very nice. And here is the car. Here's the car, right here. I actually like the packaging that they did on this car. It actually is very nice. Here is the car. I know this track is a little short for this car, but at least it's much better than nothing. So, here is the car. As you can see, the Bush funeral casket is right there. I actually like that how MTH did the detailing on this. The only thing I'm sad about is that inside they don't have the soldier that was in the car that was with the casket. I know that they did that with the Lionel O gauge car, and I wish MTH did this with their HO cars. Like, I could probably do that by myself, and I might. I really do like the detailing that they did on the hand railing. That is all metal. The bottom frame is mostly all plastic. It's mostly plastic. The handrails though here are metal. And as you can see, here's one side of the car. The brake wheel, the airlines, the coupler. This one, I believe, is like a divider for like the cars, or if any of y'all know what this bar is for this car, please let me know, because on the other side it doesn't have it, but on this side it does. I think it's mostly for people to open this up so they can get to this wheel, I think, or it's probably for a divider, I guess. So that's what I believe it is. Here's the other side. As you can see, that on this side it just shows you the red and white stripes of the flag. And I also like how they did put in like the presidential logo saying about building America, proud heritage, powerful future, all that. Here's the other side. As you can see, no railing on this side, no divider, it's only on the other side. And it's very nice how they did this. I actually like how this car is, how MTH did this. And this, I do wish that Union Pacific did this with the 6-axle baggage car that has the flag. I know that that one is for the heritage units and mostly for the heritage excursion, but it would actually look much nicer by my opinion, because one, I know they're both baggage cars, but this one is a 4-axle and that one is a 6-axle. Even though they're both streamlines, but that one is a heavier streamline baggage car, and this one is a regular smooth baggage car that's 4 axles. But as we go into that, here is the other locomotive that is my favorite. Is this one, Union Pacific Spirit of Union Pacific, SD70 ACE So, or people also call it SD70AH. I don't know why. I wonder why they call it an AH, because they both look identical, the same as like the SD70 ACEs. Like, they don't call the Bush locomotive the SD70 AH. They call it an SD70 ACE. But also with this box, it comes with a different logo. See? It doesn't come with like the blue boxing, all that. So it's very nice. I do like that. I wish that Anthern did this with all their locomotives. It would be really nice if they did, by my opinion. And see, the same thing gives you a blueprint, a manual, the sign up, and warranty. Same thing as like the other box. Here is now the locomotive. I got this locomotive because I just love it that it mostly was made to honor our armed forces. That's the reason why it's all painted like that. Like the blue is for Air Force or for the Navy. The red scheme is for the I know the military color is for the military. The silver is for the Navy or for Air Force, and this one is for the Coast Guard. That's what it was. Sometimes that happens when I'm trying to figure out what it is. So let's get to it. I really like how they did the flag on this locomotive. That this locomotive has a flag on it. And there it is. See? I just love the flag that's in the gray section. That Union Pacific did a good matching color with the flag and with this gray. They picked a great spot for that flag. I also like when over here that says Spirit of the Union Pacific. I do know that the reason why Union Pacific put that logo on their locomotive was because they were dedicating it from a plane, a B-17 that was shot down in World War II from Germany. And on that plane, it literally did say Spirit of the Union Pacific. And Union Pacific, they put that to dedicate for that plane. But they put this paint job to dedicate our armed forces and to honor all our fallen soldiers, our veterans, all that stuff. As we can see here, I guess the reason why they call this an SD70AH is because the different detailing on the top, because it's different than the George W. Bush as a SD70 ACE. Like, the body is mostly the same. From here all the way to here is mostly the same with the George W. Bush locomotive. The only difference is the cab. Only the top of the cab. That's just it. That's mostly just it that's different. The other thing that I like about this is that on the back of this locomotive, it has the POW MIA. And that's what I like about that. I really wish that Union Pacific made that like maybe a bigger symbol or stuff like that, but I do like that at least they did put that on. And it's really glad that they did, because that's a thing that mostly lots of us people don't realize and also haven't really noticed about our fallen warriors and stuff like that, of this logo right here. I also really like that on the front of this is the original Union Pacific logo, and it has the wings on it. I do wish that they did that on the George W. Bush locomotive. I believe also the reason why they could call this as an SD70AH is because the lighting on this one is different from this one. Even though they're both SD70ACEs, because their bodies are the same. The only difference is their fronts. Their fronts are different. Yes, their doors are the same area, but their lighting is different. See, this one's lighting is on the top, and this one is down here, next to the door. And also, if you can see, the top of it is also different, as you can see. See? So yeah, that's the reason why. It's mostly the reason why it's the different naming of this locomotive. And see, as you can see, they're mostly the same length. As you can see, when I put them next to each other, they're the same length. They're pretty much the same length as each other. But also, there's another different thing. Look at the cab size. And also, look at this. As you can see, there's also a little different sizing of the cabs. If you can see that clearly. It's really amazing that how differently of the littlest things that you can see that just see the difference. So yeah, I'll go ahead and put these two locomotives and that baggage car on the track, and we'll see how they sound and how they work. Okay? I'll be right back.